Hi guys, so my name is Erl Christian S Generalao and I'm going to discuss about global and local teacher education. So, global education has been best described by two definitions. So, UNESCO describes or defines global education as a goal to develop countries worldwide and is aimed to educating all people become or to develop all people in accordance with the world standards. So, UNESCO wants to develop all people, not just students, to become worldly competent or internationally competent or aware. They will become aware about what is the world, what the world is all about, and what the world needs. So, another definition is that global education is a curriculum that is international in scope with prepares today's youth and the world to function in one world environment under teachers who are intellectually, professionally, and humanistically prepared. So, yeah, when we say curriculum, it is taught in schools. So, if it is taught in schools, the presence of teachers is always there who will going to guide students to become internationally aware. So, they say that English is the universal language. So if you know how to speak English, even you will go anywhere in the world, you can communicate with other people or foreign people with no struggle because English is known worldwide. That's why Philippines has the subject English, so that students in the Philippines or the Filipino students will become prepared and become internationally aware and competent in the future. So, UNESCO's Education 2030 Ancient Declaration during the World Education Forum established a vision towards inclusive and equitable quality education, lifelong learning for all. So, Sustainable Development Goal or SDG for education is one of the 17 goals of the United Nations SDGs. So, these outcomes targets bring together all members nations to expand their geographical territories for global education. So, yeah, all the nations are working together so that the future generation will become one or aware with our diverse culture and languages. So, flat world or one, planet's goal house. These terms imply global education as a result of the shrinking world due to the access of technology. So yeah, we can really become one. Actually, if you will just browse in the internet or in the Facebook or any other social media platforms, you can really visit other countries and actually know their culture or even study their own language by just using technology. That's the advantage of our generation today because we are in a very advanced era. So, UNESCO defines global education as a goal to develop countries worldwide and is aimed at educating all people in with accordance with the world standards. So, as what I've said in the introduction, yeah, UNESCO wants all people to become globally aware. So, I will discuss about that in our topic in later because why UNESCO wants to educate all the people because you know what, education in the old times is expensive. So yeah, global education is an effort to help individual learners to see the world as a single and global system and to see themselves as a participant in that system. So it is a school curriculum that has a worldwide standard of teaching and learning. So yeah, they want people or the students to see the world as one because you know what, in the histories there are world wars, World War One, World War Two, civil wars because of misunderstanding. So yeah, they want to prepare a future generation to understand each other and to want to see the world as one. They want to they want unity. That's why there's this United Nations so that they can bring unity and peace in the future generations. So by 2030, the seven outcome target of SDG 4 must have been achieved. This. So first is the universal primary and secondary education. So ensure all girls and boys complete free, equitable, and quality primary and leading to relevant and effective outcomes. So yeah, the primarily and secondary education is all free, but of course there are some other private institution, but yeah, we there are also public institution, and in the Philippines the DepEd are holding that. So next is the early childhood development and universal pre-primary education. Ensures that all boys and girls have access to quality early childhood development care and pre-primary education so that they are ready for primary education. So there's this daycare system. So the third one is the equal access to technical, vocational, and higher education. Ensure equal access for all women and men to affordable and quality technical, vocational, and tertiary education, including university. So yeah, the CHED is the one who is holding the free institution, or the free education, free higher education. So fourth one is relevant skills for decent work. Substantially increase the number of youth and adults who have relevant skills, including technical and vocational skills, for employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurs. So they are really giving the students relevant skills, that skills that really in demand, so that after studying there's a very big possibility that they will get a job. So gender equality and inclusion. Eliminate gender disparities in education and ensure equal access to all levels of education and vocational and inclusion. Eliminate vocational trainings for vulnerable, including persons with disabilities, indigenous people, and children is in vulnerable situations. So yeah, gender equality and inclusion. So you know, in the past years in this world, there is really a gender discrimination. So they are not that open-minded, but thankfully to the United Nations, they included this gender equality, because if if there's always a gender discrimination, there's a very big possibility to ruin the confidence of that specific person. And also this inclusion of the indigenous people, and also they are giving the disability the persons with disabilities special attention. So I'm so very happy with that, so that even though they are in that situation, there's still a big possibility or opportunity for them to study and learn and to become worldly aware or competent, globally aware and competent. So next is universal youth literacy. Ensure that all youth and substantial proportion of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy. So yeah, they will teach us to become literates. So education for sustainable development, citizenship. Ensure all learners acquire knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development, including among others through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles. Human rights, gender equality, promote culture of peace and non-violence, global citizenship, and appreciation of cultural diversity and cultural contribution to sustainable development. So that's why the United Nations really wants students to become open-minded and become globally aware, because as we all know, we are so diverse. We have different cultures, and you know what? Even if I will make my culture as an example. If there's a person that will disrespect my culture and will call out in it, I will be very annoyed or angry. So there's a very chance of misunderstanding in war, or even a quarrel. So yeah, that's why the United Nations want to help people to become open-minded. In the way that they will teach them the culture of other countries, they will become open-minded and will understand things in a different way. So So one of the means to achieve the target is to increase the supply of qualified teachers through international cooperation for teacher training in developing countries, especially the least developed countries and island developing states. So that's why if you will study education, it's not easy. So we are studying education right now, and I must say that it's really not easy. So that I understand it clearly that if someday I can become a teacher, and I understand why I am going through with this very difficult process, so that I myself as a teacher will also become globally competent or aware, and and I can teach that to my future students so that they will also become globally aware. What if I am not globally aware or competent? What are the things that I'm going to teach with my students? So that's why the United Nations really only pick the teachers that are qualified, because teachers is a very noble work or job that every other job is from the teacher. There's no engineers without teachers. There's no doctors without teachers. Teachers are the job or the course maker. So that's why teacher is a very important profession in the whole world. So I guess that's all. I guess that's all my topic. So thank you for listening. So once again, this is Erl Christian. Thank you.